Alright everybody, we're back in a very short amount of time since the last upload. I edited the last video last night, and I woke up earlier than I needed to for work today. I'm up and awake, so I figured, knock this out in the morning. It either opens up opportunity to do another upload later today, or already get my daily upload in early. So, nonetheless, we are here at Cedar Lake, a track I've been honestly enjoying in practice. It kind of feels like how in NASCAR games Bristol feels like, because like in this game Bristol feels like a super speedway. But, this game's got that kind of high progressive banking with that kind of little bit of a lump on the exit of the banking. I don't know how to describe it. Maybe my description of it's shitty, but nonetheless we're here. As you can see, it is a highline track. It's very fun to drive. Feels very smooth up top while still having those natural bumps down the backstretch without being anything, major that makes the car bottom out. And yeah, same old, just got to try to hook up the best lap that we can here in qualifying. Bigger group today. As you can see, 6 cars in our group compared to the 4 that we had last week. And we're going to get one more lap out of here. I backed off a little bit on the previous lap to make sure I had room to the car in front, as I was being a little bit quicker than him and catching him rather quickly. We're going to come across the line. Nailed our laps. You kind of get a vibe there of how the track's going to be driven. And our qualifying was good enough for P2 there. So, nice solid qualifying by us. I Deceptive got onto the pole position for our heat race. And now we are moving on to the heat race. And if that blue 27 looks familiar to you, that's because that's who beamed into us twice in the last race. So I was really hoping to beat him. He pulls a slide jump up on us that makes us literally brake in the middle of the corner to avoid it. Not a very smart slide job. Then you got one of those Australians in there too. The last thing I want to do is deal with one of the Australians. And to be honest, at this point of the last 2 weeks, I fucking had it. So I just do the exact same slide job up onto them that they've done to me for the last 2 weeks, because every single one of those cars that was in front of me there hit me multiple times over the course of the season. So we're going to give it back to him a little bit there, because I also made it known, like, in the chat beforehand, like, hey, a lot of you guys have fucking hit me. Not a fan of it. Can we just have, like, a clean heat race? And they're like, oh, yeah, you're just complaining, blah, blah, blah. We do keep it clean. And then that shit happened in the first fucking 2 laps of this heat. So I said, enough of that fucking shit. I'm going to pull the same slide job that they have, that they pull on me. And, yep, that's going to put us in the lead. But as you can actually see, it's justice that we are in the lead, because we have the consistent pace that none of the other drivers have in this group, and that's going to allow us to run away with this heat very easily. 2 laps ago, the only thing that is in our way is this lap car, so hopefully he stays out of the way, which I doubt he will. As you can see, he almost gets into us, fails to drive straight on the straightaway, but last lap of the heat, we're going to come across the line and claim the heat win. And honestly, got a little justice there for the shit that's been going on the last 2 weeks. So that one felt particularly good. And we will head on to the qualifying dash. Remember, the starting lineup in the qualifying dash is completely random. So we will see where we start here in the qualifying dash. Not the best starting spot. 5th again. Same as last week. But we're going to get a great launch. We're going to try to use the inside, but the inside is not quick. We're actually going to lose a position because of it. You see a guy trying to do a really stupid dive bomb. And honestly, fuck that guy hitting the tires. Like, that dive bomb was never going to work. He was just going to throw it up in there, bank off of our cars like a fucking jackass, and think he did a good job. So that was some justice there, him hitting those tires. We're going to slot into P5 here. Hopefully we can find room to make some passes here. Get the best starting spot as possible for the A main. We're going to get ourselves up into the wall. A little bit of a mistake there. Bevo's going to get past us into 57. But hopefully he will clear a path if he can pass the cars ahead quickly. But he's going to get up in the wall now. The same mistake that I made. That's going to allow us to get back into the 5th position. Already lap 6 of 9 in this heat race. The pink car is going to get up into the wall as he got side by side with the number 5 ahead of us. And with 2 laps to go coming to the line, we are up into P4. So not a bad result so far in this heat race. Well, I'm sorry, not this heat race, this qualifying dash. And as laps are trickling down here, you can see we're all getting spread out. But a mistake by the car ahead. Maybe if he makes one more mistake, we'll be able to get the overtake done. Finish 3rd. And be 3rd going into the race. We're going to have the outside line, but not enough a run on the main straight. And we are going to come home P4. Another great qualifying result from us. Coming into the AMA, qualifying 4th. We were 2nd the other week. We had another top 5 the other week. We've been doing a great job in qualifying, but we've had terrible luck in that we just get slammed the fuck into every single week. So hopefully things will be different here as we get the green flag for the AMA. We're on the outside lane, which is the preferred racing line. And we're going to have a slide job put up into us, right into our front bumper. We're not going to be able to turn well because of it. Now we're going to have more people slide up into us. A clean slide job, though. But we get a nice cut under. We're going to put the slide job back on them and return. Look at the precision there with that slide job. We slide up in front of 2 cars, don't make contact with either of them, and don't make contact with the car ahead. That's the kind of racecraft you like to see, folks, and the kind of racecraft that just lacks with everyone else. If I do say so myself, that was a pretty damn good maneuver. We've slotted down into P5 in this race. I'm hoping that we can kind of separate ourselves from the rest of the field here, because this early part of the race where, you know, everyone's hitting everyone, I mean, it kind of happens the whole race, but I want to get as much separation in the field as possible, so if something does happen, you don't really lose positions. But you can see the car behind is absolutely all over our rear bumper. Unfortunately for me, it's the OU1 of one of the Australian drivers, and he is about as clean as your asshole after about a whole month of Taco Bell with fire sauce. Still hanging out behind this pink car. He has just enough pace to keep ahead of us. Haven't quite found an opportunity to make a clean overtaking maneuver yet, but he might create one for me here as he just makes an absolutely dirty move. Just absolutely... Oh, there's my alarm going off for work. That shows how much earlier I woke up today. I'm already dressed and ready to go, and that's just now my wake-up alarm going off. So I'm really on it here this morning. And speaking of being absolutely on it, my driving here has been absolutely on it. We are in P3 here at Cedar Lake. Another opportunity for some fantastic points if we can just get not taken out for the rest of this race. But I don't really trust that at all. We really benefited from the terrible overtaking attempt and dirty maneuver from the pink number 1 ahead of us. That allowed us to get 2 free positions and head from 5th to 3rd. But you can see my pace is good enough to hold on to this 3rd position for the time being. Not too much would change for a while. You can see we're now fast forwarding to lap 22. The cars behind got into each other some more. The cars ahead were faster than me. So I'm in my nice bubble here in P3, which is exactly what I want. And this is exactly what I don't want, a late race caution. I mean, it does give me a chance to race for the win, but it also gives me much more of an opportunity to get hit by the cars behind, which is definitely the thing I am much more worried about. But hopefully we can get a good launch here off the start. We do, in fact, get a decent launch, but we have no real room. We're kind of blocked in by the rest of the field. We're going to use the inside lane. Harold gets some contact, so we're going to be able to maybe get a position on him. But no, he's just going to bounce up into us on the entrance of the corner. We're going to get pushed into the wall. We're going to get pushed into the wall by everyone else. And just like that, we are the whole way back down in the P7 because people just can't stop hitting us. So we're going to pull the same maneuver back on them. Doesn't quite work out too well. We're going to lose more positions as people just keep scraping up off of us into the wall. And yeah, this is not a great end to the race at all. He's going to pull right down in front of us. Probably didn't see us because he has no awareness. I'm sure the 15 will pull some kind of slide job up into us. No, he does slide right up into us because he doesn't know how to drive clean at all. And yeah, again, another really shitty end to the race. This is exactly what I was worried about, that someone would hit me. And this time it was the guy that's in the championship lead by a large margin. He just, on the entrance of the corner, just swings his rear end up into me, puts me into the wall, and then I'm just in a shitty position to have the same thing happen to me to everyone else. So, back down into P8 we go, I guess, and great race for us in terms of how we drove. We were P3 comfortably the whole race, but we end up P8 because we get slammed into once again. So to answer the question from last video, will things get cleaner? The answer is no. See you in the next one.